Hi, I'm Dan Cortopassi. Welcome to my train room. I'd like to start off this month by talking about a couple different things. One is the Southern Pacific consist build. A lot of people have been anxious to see that progress, and the next episode is in the works. It's been taking a little while, but it will be out soon, so rest assured that I am working on it. Also, some people have asked about the room itself and how's my layout progressing, and I am working on the room. There's some issues with the room that need to be addressed. The floor is a little uneven. It's got to be fixed. I want to change the lights because I have crappy old fluorescent lights in here that are really not very good. I want to use the layout for photography, and so I want to have fluorescence really bad for that. I want to use some lights that work better. So there's a lot of things that need to get taken care of before I start putting bench work in here and have it be in the way when workmen come in to do whatever needs to be done. So anyway, it's taking a while, but I want to do it right. This is hopefully the ultimate layout that I'm going to build in my life, so I want to make sure that it gets done right from the get-go. Anyway, also got a couple new things that are happening starting soon. I have changed the format of the product reviews just a little bit. I'm now putting the NMRA recommended weight and the car weights up in a graphic form so that you can read it as well as me talking about it. So hopefully that makes things a little bit better. And I'm also starting, or will be starting very soon, my first hands-on review, which is a review of a kit that I'm going to be building as I'm reviewing it. So that's kind of be a little bit different than the other reviews, but hopefully you'll like that too. Okay, so I'd like to introduce Nicole, who is my fiance and has also been helping me do some camera work off the scene, behind the scenes. So this is Nicole. Say hi, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Anyway, I brought her out because someone asked me recently if I would be willing to do a video on all the locomotives I own, which is several of these stacks of boxes plus a few more. And that would be a really, really long show, and maybe even, dare I say, might be kind of boring. So, no, well, I guess it would depend on how it was done, but it would be really long anyway. So I decided maybe to try to do something else, and Nicole had the idea to do a box of the month. So we're going to do...
Box of the month!
Yeah, we're going to do box of the month. So what we're going to do is every month we're going to take one of these boxes down and look inside it and see what's there. And I've forgotten some of it, so it'll be an adventure for me too.
That's going to be fun.
So
which box will you start with?
How about just the one on the end over there?
All right.
And we'll just work our way across the room.
So this will be our box of the month.
Well, that looks interesting. Let's see what's in it.
All right.
Out of our box.
There's a box within a box.
There's another box.
So this one has a bunch of Union Pacific stuff in it. Yeah, so, okay. There's two different things going on in here, plus some parts. So this is a shell. It's an Athearn Union Pacific SD40-2 that I had detailed, but it's another one of those, kind of like the Conrail unit that's in the SP consist build that I'm doing, where it's not quite up to my standards for how I do things now. So I took it apart in with the intent to redo it, and it's been sitting like this for quite a while now. Anyway, so there's the shell, and the chassis is here. So it's just your standard blue box Athearn SD40-2 chassis. It does have a CAN motor in it. This one actually runs really well, so that's one of the reasons I wanted to keep it, because it was a really nice runner. And then I've got a Kato C44-9W, and this is the chassis for that. And I wanted to redo this one also, and again, it got taken apart to a point and then stuffed in the box. This is the body. Most of it.
Most of it.
Most of it.
Where's the rest of it?
Well, here's the cab.
Oh, okay.
So,
Are we repainting this one?
probably, yeah. Here's the bottom of the cab.
I Just time.
Time mostly, yeah. The windows and the
There are a lot of pieces
sill.
in
Yeah, the reason I wanted to repaint it is because I need to change a couple details to make it more accurate, and by the time I'm done doing everything I want to do to it, the paint's going to get messed up, so I figured I'd just repaint it. And the rest of this is pretty much just little parts. Oh, there's a couple of freight car trucks. I don't know what those are doing in there. Anyway, most of this is like old lights. I have no idea.
there. Is it a Lego?
No.
It looks like a Lego.
That's a little black thing. I don't even know what that's for.
Okay.
So it's probably not important. If I don't know what it's for, it couldn't be important, right?
Oh my. It'll probably be okay. That'll
Yeah.
be on his, epitaph at the end of the lifetime, and it'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
Mine will be right next to it, and I'll say, I believed him.
Anyway, so
Alright.
that's that. I'll put this stuff back in here.
Politely and nicely. And then we'll grab the next, which are, there's actually 4 of these in here.
Okay, so this is
The box.
Proto 2000 GP7. Oh, it's an undecorated GP7. And I got this one wanting to build this into a model of the Western Pacific GP7 that's at the Niles Canyon Railway. So I wanted to paint it in the WP green scheme. As you can see, I've done absolutely nothing with this model so far. So I'll just leave it in the box and we'll see what else is in there.
Another GP.
This is a Proto 2000 GP20. This one's decorated for Norfolk and Western. I bought a couple of these. If you've watched the second episode of the Southern Pacific consist build, I talk about stripping paint. Old Proto 2000 engines, the paint strips off them like that. It's really easy to make them undecorated. So I think I had intended this one to be either a SP or a cotton belt or a Santa Fe unit, depending on what I want to do with it when I get to the point of working on this one.
That's a lot of options, though, so that's good.
Yeah, here's the GP30. Oh, this one's undecorated. Pretty sure I intended this one for a Santa Fe unit. You see, I used to get on eBay a lot, and whenever I'd see, because sometimes these old Proto 2000s, I don't know if it's, I haven't looked recently, so I don't know if this is still true, but a lot of times you could get models like this for like maybe $50 or less. So I would just buy them, and with the idea that I'd save them for someday. So I have a lot of these now. So I don't do that anymore because I have enough, probably to last the rest of my life.
Someday is happening.
Yes.
The last one.
And this is another GP30. This one's already decorated as Santa Fe. Oh, I also made a note to myself that the gears are replaced. So I guess this is one of those that had the cracked gear problem that some Proto 2000s have. So I already addressed that with this one. It's painted for Santa Fe, but it's got the old numbers. Since I modeled the 1990s, I'm interested in the Santa Fe GP30Us after they were renumbered into I think it's a 2700s. So this one's in a 3200 number, so that would have to go. It'll probably end up being a complete repaint, but anyway, eventually we'll get to that. So is that it?
That's it.
Okay, so that box is empty. So that was the first box of the month. And now I can put a little sticker on that one that says done, and we can do another box next time. So,
All right. Thanks for tuning in.
yeah, thanks. So I mentioned last time that Nicole and I were going to take a trip down to Arizona, and I was hoping to be able to do some rail fanning. So as it turned out, I did get some shots of the BNSF line going through northern Arizona, kind of between Flagstaff and Kingman. I found a couple different spots. The line wasn't as accessible as I thought it might be, but still I got some good stuff, and hopefully I'll be able to do something with that in the future. On the way home, we also passed through Tehachapi, and I got some shots in Bealville, and also through San Luis Obispo. So another thing we did while we were in Arizona, and it's not train related, but I still think it's cool, is we got to visit the Pima Air Museum. And they've got all these different airplanes from all different places, and it's really neat. The only thing about it is a lot of the collection was outdoors, and it was about 110 degrees outside, so neither of us could really stand to be out there for very long. I'd really like to go back there again sometime when it's not quite as hot. All right, so that's about it for this month. I hope everybody liked meeting Nicole, and thanks to Nicole for being on. Also, I hope you enjoyed the Box of the Month feature. I hope to have that on as a regular thing. And that's about it. We'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.